What's going on, guys, and welcome back to my channel. And this week we had the new Joker season, or season 1 as it's called, drop in Suicide Squad called the Justice League. And I'm not gonna lie, it's not great and there's a bit to talk about. But before we do start, if you enjoy these kind of videos, hit that like button, and if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe. So on Thursday the 28th, Rocksteady took the game offline for 8 hours to prep themselves for the launch. Now, when it did release, I was excited. I was thinking, right, this is going to be a new beginning. It's going to be better than what we've been playing for the past month or two. And there's going to be a new character, which is Joker. And then we're going to get new story missions. And everything else is going to feel different. The incursions are going to drastically be different. And I couldn't have been more wrong. You see, I've been a supporter of this game as I feel the core gameplay is actually a lot of fun. And I've even spoke about how I feel the game got unfairly treated due to the story and it being a live service. But Joker season just isn't it, I'm afraid. Rocksteady really needed to get this right here because the game isn't flourishing. It just isn't. If you look at the Steam numbers, they're extremely low. Even right now for a brand new season dropping, I don't think they went above 2,500. Now, I know the clapback from that is, what about consoles? There aren't that many players. There's not going to be 100,000 players. Hell, not even 30,000 players playing on console, is there? Let's be honest. And what they did need to do is they needed to get this absolutely right to either get players playing again, or B, as the game's been put on sale, get players buying the game and jumping in. And this season couldn't have been further from that. So after logging in and watching some comic intro, I was getting ready to select the Joker and have some fun, only to realise he wasn't anywhere for me to select, because all I wanted to do was select him, start playing the new stuff and leveling him up. But I couldn't find him anywhere. After doing some digging, I found out that you actually need to grind the same missions we've been doing since release to get to Fear Rank 35. And just to clarify, your Fear Rank has basically replaced Finite Rank. It's got nothing to do with your Mastery level. I just wanted to put that out there because I've seen a bit of misinformation tied around that one. So Fear Rank is totally separate. It's basically the new Finite Rank, but for Season 1. Now, I have seen people saying they've smashed this out in like 30 minutes to an hour. They've got to level 35. I don't know how. The quickest way I found was just doing that Horde mode mission. And still then, you're looking at a couple of hours to get to that level. Or figure this one out. If you don't want to grind the new seasonal content, you can actually pay to unlock the Joker straight away for £8 or $10, which is absolutely ridiculous. I've been playing looter shooters for a good while now, and I have no issues grinding for new weapons and new armor. Not a problem at all. But not the main playable character for your first season. It's absolutely laughable. What were they thinking with this? And no wonder why we didn't know this was happening, because they knew the backlash they would have got before the season dropped. I just can't get my head around how they thought it was okay to release the new season and have the main character locked behind some paywall, or if you don't want to pay the money to unlock him straight away, you can grind away for a good few hours playing the same missions you've done previously to then get to some rank so you can do a boss fight and unlock him. It's just absolutely mind-blowing. But the worst part though is once you've unlocked the Joker, you get a cutscene and that is it. No new story missions at all, just the same missions with a lick of Joker paint and some new modifiers tied to this season. And we didn't even get any new enemies either, so we're just fighting the same bunch of guys that we've been fighting all along. They could have at least tweaked them a little bit, add some new variations to them, but no, and I very much doubt we're ever going to get that. We are all used to being drip-fed content in these live service games, but we're not even getting that here. That's how bad it is. And just a quick one on mastery levels, they have totally been reset like I said. But what got me last night was I thought they were glitched because I was running around, I completed all the incursions, and then I thought I could start moving up my mastery levels, but no, I then found out that you need to hit Fear Rank 35 in order to unlock mastery levels. So not only can't you play Joker straight away unless you pay for him, you can't play the mastery levels straight away to start getting the new loot of the season. I don't know how they thought that was a good idea, and it's just not something typical of live service. I honestly can't believe they've launched a new season without any new missions at all. It's just shocking. It's really bad. A guy I played with did buy the Joker straight away. He had some spare Luther coins, and he said that he felt really great to use, but is that enough? Absolutely not. I just wish we had access to him straight away. What should have happened was this. We should have started off by rescuing the Joker, then we'd have had the cutscenes that we've all seen, And then we should have been doing a handful of story missions with the Joker, which were centered around this season, and been leveling him up organically that way. Why they thought doing it the other way was okay is absolutely beyond me. I know the season is split into 2 episodes. Absolutely fine, we could say we might get some story stuff then. But you can't expect people to wait around, especially after a disappointing launch. You do not have that grace period, unfortunately. So if that is the case, and we are going to get all of these missions in episode 2, the player base just isn't going to be there. It's hardly there now, so I don't see why this decision was made. The only thing I can think of, can we make a cheap £8 or $10 to get people to buy Joker straight away? And that's the only thing I can see was just a cash grab. We've also got to fight Brainiac again to unlock the Joker, and this is just a carbon copy of the Green Lantern fight, so no added variety there either, which is disappointing as we're going to have to fight him every season to unlock the new anti-hero, so I feel a bit more thought or variety could have gone into the fight. Then there's the Battle Pass, which is quite underwhelming. The pass has voice lines locked behind it, which in my opinion is so strange. That should never be locked behind a pass and should be available in-game as it's just dialogue. And some of the skins are pretty bland as well. I do have to say that Deadshot skin is really nice. I will say that I do love the new weapon designs, and there seem to be some really good builds to be made later on once you can start the grind after the initial grind to unlock more master tiers. But if fans stick around this long, I'd be pleasantly surprised. And some fans of the game clearly aren't happy either, with a certain amount of disdain over on Discord and Reddit, and they have every right to be. One user saying, "I was a champion of this game, fuck it now." Seriously, the entire reason I was amped for this game and willing to excuse its flaws is because it was supposed to be continually updated with new story content. There is no story content to be seen here. Who actually thought that this is what people wanted to play? This game would have sold like gangbusters if it was just a fully fledged campaign with the 4 main squad members and some cool side missions. People still would have been a bit iffy about it being a shooter, but let's be real, the combat is the best part of this game, and I absolutely agree with that, and the only reason I'd still even consider booting it up. Instead, we got the same live service schlock we get from everyone else. Do better, Rocksteady. Even fucking Fallout 76 and Avengers knew better than this. And I've got to agree, I didn't think Avengers was this bad, and we know what happened there, so God knows what's going to happen to this. Another one said, "It's been real, y'all, I'm out." Really wanted the game to work, even gave them the benefit of the doubt, but this update is complete garbage, and this game doesn't deserve another second of my time. Talk about shitting on your limited fan base. And then we had Absolute Disaster, who thought it was a smart idea to lock Joker behind Mastering 35. Only reason they did this is so you pay for him. These are just a tiny sample of all the complaints over on socials, but we do need to remember one thing. We have to be respectful to the developers because they probably didn't want to make a game like this. They were told to make a game like this, a live service game, and that's why we should always try and contain our emotions. We also had 8 hours downtime on the day of release and a good few weeks of Rocksteady getting things ironed out for this new season, but the performance has been terrible on PC. The stuttering made the game nigh on unplayable, and people still couldn't connect along with enemies glitching out. I know these things can happen, but these issues just keep on popping up, and Rocksteady really need a win right now. I'm genuinely gutted as I do enjoy the flow of the combat, and I think it's just a bunch of chaotic fun, but with the current structure, this game will not go much further, especially as a live service. Warner Brothers have already voiced their disappointment in an earnings call, and you have to wonder if there is already a skeleton crew in place to keep things ticking over at a bare minimum. I would love Warner Brothers and Rocksteady to really work on massive improvements for the game, but I sadly just can't see this, and this will be another notch on the failed live service post along with the likes of Anthem and Avengers. I will still play with friends and keep enjoying the combat loop, but I wouldn't get too invested as of now. I've just got this weird thing with this game where I'm kind of just curious to see where it goes, although it's probably not going to go much further, and I'm fully aware it's not going to do my YouTube channel any favours, but we're just going to see where it goes from here, although I do think we are going to slowly fizzle out over the coming months. But that is the end of the video, guys. If you've enjoyed the video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. But as always, take care and I'll see you on the next video.